Explain communication skills with respect to corporate world. This question was asked in some engineering interview, okay? And students were responding to this question. Let's see what are your viewpoints about this question. Communication skills in corporate world. How to speak upon this? What all points we can add into it? Yes.
Communication skills in corporate world are the most basic but most important in corporate world when we will face it in a future. It's like in corporate world, communication is not just a soft skill, it's a power skill, we can say. Communication helps us clearly communicate with each of our teammates, and it helps us grow not only as a employee but as a good leader, we can say. Through good communication, we can convey or we can articulate our ideas clearly. We can negotiate our ideas, like we can keep our ideas in front of full of smart peoples, we can say. We can consider one example here that if we are employee of a particular company and we are having a conference in full of room that they in full of talented peoples, skilled peoples, or technical peoples, we can say. And uh, let's let's guess that I'm the only one who is good in soft skill or good in communication. So I can convey my point in such a way that the all technical employees will also agree with me. Like they do have the same perspective as me, but they can't convey like how I convey. It's the importance of communication, we can say, in corporate world. Like the way we convey our message to the other person is very important. It it also helps us helps helps build our company reputation in a good manner. If one employee communicates properly, delivers the message properly, and maintains the flow of a project, like if something is happening in the project and the idea should be same as the other company is giving us, like we should convey the message same to the people who are working on it. So it is very important to convey the message clearly and neatly. So communication skills play a like vital role here in corporate world. So it's like your words are your currency in corporate world. Those who master those are like the leaders or those who are one step ahead of everyone around us.
Well said. In the speech of commerce, we should always use the coin of gold and silver. Very nice quote it is. And we should be using our communication in such a way that it is very precious to bring out a change in the society among the team members. Leader should not be a person who is only thinking about achieving the vision and mission of the organization. He should also be thinking how to bring out the high potential of the people from within them. So, proper motivation, proper selection of words, proper, talking statements, framing of sentences plays crucial role in the corporate world. We should use effective communication when we are talking with the people. People say, what is communication? In fact, communication is the important thing. Because of communication, there are so many people who are doing excellent in their life. Those people who don't have communication, they are, working as normal associate worker in the organization. They are doing desk job 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. But those who are having effective communication, those who are able to convey their point to the people rationally, logically, and constructively, they are growing in the hierarchy of the organization. So we should learn communication skills. Very nicely explained, Renuka. Yes, Ramya, what are your viewpoints? What is communication skills in the corporate world? What are your viewpoint upon this? What examples do you have?
Communication skills means what we are expressing from our words to making understand to other another person. So in corporate world, it is more important. Why? Because so everybody, in the sense of how we communicate, how we putting our words is important. First thing, it's like clear communication. So clear communication in the sense, straightforward should be there. So whatever we talk, it should not be beat the bush around the bush. So, so it should be straightforward and easy to understand also. And second point, it's like professional communication. Professional communication in the sense we should have to talk politely. We should never show our anger, our emotions towards another person. And a third one is active listening. Active listening, we have to, so in corporate world, everybody listens attentively and they pay attention to the discussions, feedback, and all. And another point, it's like non-verbal communication. Here, non-verbal communication plays a vital role. When we attend the interviews, so they will first look at some non-verbal communications that which are like eye contact, how we are sitting, our posture, everything will be observed. And email, most important thing, it's like email writing and how we are communicating through email. Most in corporate world, we are sending mails a lot. So in email writing, we should never show our sentiments or emotions in our words, even though we are angry, and the client, we should be keep our words in a polite manner. So that's all from my end.
Yes, very nicely highlighted, very important, crucial points. When people are going for interviews, they are claiming that we are excellent. And when these people get hired, they are not putting that much of efforts. It is seen. So it's very much important to keep your commitments when you enter in the organization by claiming that you are an asset for the organization. You can be an asset for the organization, that you should prove it that you can be a real asset for the organization when you're working in the company. When people are going for interviews, that point of time people are nervous. It's very much important that you should pretend that you are confident with a pleasant smile upon your face. Even that is communication skills in corporate world. When somebody who is the HR and he is hiring, that point of time he should identify what are the key points, what are the strengths and weaknesses in the employees, and accordingly they should allot them the task. Otherwise what will happen, they will not do justice by working in the company because they are doing something which they don't like. They cannot bring out the creativity from within them. Very much important that these people who are the HRs, they should focus upon these things in the corporate world. Let me even give you a wonderful example. You must have heard about showing big picture. I'll tell you what is showing big picture. Showing big picture means what? Let me explain you. Suppose there was uh, an organization, and the manager enters in the organization, and there are so many people in the company. Okay. And what happened? The manager had kept jigsaw puzzles. Okay. Jigsaw puzzle blocks. Okay. All jigsaw puzzle blocks were lying on the ground. Right. So there were many employees around that jigsaw puzzle. And the manager was telling all the employees, listen carefully. You need to make a good picture out of this puzzles. You need to use all these puzzles and make wonderful picture from these all blocks. Okay, sir. And you have got 30 minutes for that. Okay, sir. Everyone started putting efforts. There was a huge chaos. All were shouting, all were showing the cubes to each other, all were showing the blocks to each other. They were trying, they were scratching their head, they were talking, they were discussing, they were making the blocks in such a way that it should be created something. There should be created something. They were trying to create something. And huge chaos, right? After 30 minutes, they came to a conclusion and they said, yes, sir, we are done. Many blocks still in their hand, and they were telling, sir, we are done. And boss said, I told all of you to make something out of these blocks. Still some of the blocks in your hand. You haven't completed the blocks. Similarly, in another cabin, in another hall, same sort of situation. Many employees. There were many blocks lying on the ground. Manager enters and he shows on PPT what you need to create. He explains everyone, you need to make this picture. What was there in the picture? I'll tell you what was there in that picture. In that picture, there was a sky, there were clouds, there were trees, there were green grass, there were human beings. Okay, this was the picture. And he said, in 30 minutes, you have to create this picture out of these all blocks. Everyone said, yes, sir. They all started. Now, this time, what happened? Some people, they decided we will only search human figures, human bodies. Few people decided we will search only greeneries, trees. Few decided we will search sky blue color. Few decided we will search the cloud. And everyone had a plan. And they were searching only the specific things what they had decided. And finally, after 30 minutes, they were able to make something out of it. And all the blocks were kept intact properly. And they made that picture. Now, what is the scenario? In the first situation, what happened? There was a confusion because the boss had not shown them the big picture. In the second scenario, boss showed them the picture, the big picture. Similarly, in corporate world, when people are working, it's very much important that everyone should be having the goal congruency. Goal should be matching. The employee's goal and the boss's goal should match. For that, meetings, talking to employees, circulars, all these things. You know what? Along with this, plays vital role. Verbal communication, non-verbal communication plays vital role. So you need to have everything intact. When you talk with the people, use your facial expressions. When you talk with the people, use your hand gestures. How to use your hand gestures? This is the portion from here till your stomach. You can use your hand gestures. Use your hand gestures and movements in such a way that your voice is getting modulated. When you move your hand like this, when you're talking with the people, you use your voice to make your voice to move or modulate. Use your hands the way how I'm doing right now. Use your hands when you're talking. In that way, you will gain momentum. This is also a corporate communication. When somebody is committing mistakes, okay, there is a very nice saying in English, appreciate in public, criticize in private. When somebody has created a mistake, don't convey that mistake in front of many people. Person will take it negatively. He will get demotivated. Very much important that you appreciate in public, criticize in private. There was a girl, she committed some mistake. She had to send some report. She sent the report within the deadline. Boss is appreciating in front of everyone. You have done a commendable job. You sent the report within the deadline. Very nice. Boss takes her at some corner and says, you know what, you have done a good job, but next time, please double check. Whenever you're sending any data to the boss or the client, you need to double check it because there was a mistake. Client had demanded your Word file and you forwarded a PDF file. He was asking me why there was a mistake like that. I had to give an explanation. Now, what the boss is doing, he's taking that lady at the corner and explaining what fault she had committed. It's very much important to follow all these corporate etiquettes. Corporate communication is all about handling the customers. Corporate communication is all about motivating your team members. Corporate communication is all about managing the police when some problem appears. Corporate communication is all about communicating with the politicians. Corporate communication is all about having good contacts with the government bureaucracies. Corporate communication is all about public speaking. Corporate communication is all about building networks. It's all about taking the feedbacks from the customers, feedback from the competitors as well. And if you're doing these things, you're doing nothing. You're doing corporate communication, taking interviews, working with your employees, sharing the email etiquettes, right? Emails. Many people even don't know. If you have to highlight this point, कि सर जल्दी कुछ कीजिए नहीं तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. You are starting an email and you are finishing an email, closing line. Closing line, many people don't even know how to write the closing line. सर जल्दी कुछ कीजिए नहीं तो बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. How to say this? How to say this in English? Appreciated if you treat this matter on high priority or else we may lose the valuable client. This could be a very nice closing line. If you have to convey a message that please, sir, do something as early as possible, otherwise, we may face some problem, right? Good opening line in the email writing. How could be a good greeting in the email writing? It could be in this way. Hope this mail finds you in the pink of your health and high spirit. This could be a good email start. Opening line with a greeting. Hope this mail finds you in the pink of your health and high spirit. So once you start such kind of statements with such kind of punchlines, it improves your communication. Opening line. Now let's discuss about email writing also. When we are talking about email writing, you know what happens in email writing? The subject. Subject should always be talking about the end result. What output do you want from that email? Subject should always talk about the end result. What do you want out of that email? Okay. Greeting. Okay. After subject, you will come across salutation, right? Respected sir. Then you're going to start with the greeting. I hope this mail finds you in the pink of your health and high spirit. Okay. And then start with the curtain raiser. Opening line should also be consisting of a curtain raiser. What exactly do you want to point out in that mail? It should be conveyed in the first three lines. Okay. And next, when we are talking about the main body of that email writing, whenever there is a problem, email most of the time consists of some problem. 60% it consists with some problem. Convey the problem along with the solution. In email writing, you need to convey the problem with the solution. And finishing the closing line. Closing line should always have an appeal, a call to action. So these are some of the valuable things or factors, aspects or elements of business communication. Communications in corporate world. It's not easy, not an easy task. You need to take professional training for that. That's why there are so many colleges who are giving professional training, soft skills, improves the communication skills of the people. And what we are doing right now, we are improving our soft skills. We are improving how to keep our viewpoints in front of people by using good thoughts, right? Good ideologies we are sharing. We are trying to give the examples from the real world. When you're talking, when you're giving some explanation, try to connect your explanations with the help of examples. If you're doing that, people who are listening, they understand more better, right? So this is what all about corporate communication.